Hi guys, so I'm gonna read All Star Comics number 6. I think it's number 6, part 3. So this is the final part. So I'm getting tired of waiting for Johnny to come back. Think I'll take a look-see around town. Might find some crime to smash up. The Green Lantern is Alan Scott, a radio engineer. In private life has become a scourge of the underworld. With his lantern and ring he can dart through air, walk through walls, and is immune to all metals. He places his ring against the lantern once every 24 hours to retain the powers they gave him. Let us pick up his trail as he leaves the Justice Society clubhouse. I think something I should say about the Justice Society is that their members are like really overpowered. Like they probably have like some of the most overpowered members imaginable. Like I mean, Green Lantern can do anything. The Spectre, Alan Scott's probably the most powerful of the Green Lanterns. The Spectre can do anything. Doctor Fate can pretty much do anything. I mean, the Jay Garrick Flash is slow, but I mean, he's still pretty like powerful. He's very fast. I mean, the Atom, not like the Atom right now isn't very powerful. But later on, when he gained nuclear powers, the Atom became powerful. Um, who else is really strong? And Starman's strong. Uh, yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of like powerful members in Justice Society. So I think the Justice Society could probably beat the Justice League. But things have been quiet in the underworld lately. But I have a feeling that it's well-known calm before the storm. I was right. Here is the first indication of that storm. Hijackers. Crash.
Hop onto it. We have to get going. Yeah, Fruity don't like to wait.
The hijackers act fast, dropping the truck drivers in their tracks. The truck and the killers driving it moves off, with the deadly Green Lantern in pursuit. These men are cold-blooded murderers. The treatment I give men like that is worth seeing. That truck seems to have a pretty big hood. If I could fit in beside the engine. By use of his strange ability to penetrate steel, the Green Lantern gets under the hood of the truck, unobserved by its occupants. I'll fix the truck so no one can drive it for a while. He rips the motor apart and drops the parts outside.
Hey, our motor's falling apart. I thought I heard some noise under the hood. Yeah, the whole motor's bouncing around outside. I'm gonna take a look and find out what I think happened really did. Things seems fishy to me.
He opens the hood end.
Gulp, excuse me.
He reveals the Green Lantern. Hello, Mr. Rats. Not that I have anything against rats.
Shoot him before he gets out. I'm trying to.
The hijackers fire.
The bullets bounce off of him. I know him now. He's the Green Lantern.
Right the first time. And I guess you know what that means. Because if you don't know what the Green Lantern means, I'll tell you. He means business. Tweet, tweet, slam. Now, will you boys tell me more about this messy business so I can get to the bottom of it?
No, we ain't gonna squeal. Fruity is pretty nasty with squealers.
Well, I think you'll find out I'm pretty nasty with killers. Just by the way of proving that, we'll take a little trip until you recover enough sense to tell me what's behind this hijacking racket.
Hey, what's he doing?
As they soar through the air, the Lantern sees. Well, doggone, that's Johnny Thunder hanging onto that rope for dear life. If I had time to see what sort of scrape Johnny got into this time. But I've got to discover where these hijackers operate from, in order to save the lives of any future victims. Looks as though one of my rat-like companions has recovered. His savior fair. Stop that kicking, my slimy friend, or I'll drop you.
Put me down, you big bully. Why don't you pick on a guy your own size?
We're attracting attention from the crowds below, but we'll get more attention when I let you go. Unless you spill it.
No, please don't do that, please. It's Fruity Layman, that's who it is.
Fruity Layman, eh? I'll drop in on him. after I leave you off at your future home.
Jail, safe jail.
2 more visitors, Sergeant, and I may have more in a short time. Clancy, tell the engineer we'll need a couple of extra wings on this place. The Justice Society is working overtime. Now for Fruity Layman's house, or warehouse. Far ahead of him. I called a meeting of yous boys to let you know the lid's been lifted off our racket. The Justice boys have been real quiet lately. They're having a blowout for the Flash, so we can make it, hay while they celebrate. The whole gang's here, excepting 2 boys who are doing a little job for me. They ought to be here now. Somebody look for them.
We'll get them for you, Fruity, and we'll see that truck gets unloaded.
Tell them to hurry up. I got big plans to take over with ya. Unfortunately for them, the messengers meet.
The Green Lantern. Who?
What's with all the hurry, boys? Going somewhere? This will have to hold you boys for the time being. Crack, crack, squish. Because I'm after bigger game.
How did you get here? He's the Green Lantern. Beat it, guys.
I like to do a little beating myself. Splat. That's right, boys. Stick together so I can handle you all at once. Fruity doesn't wait to see what happens. I thought them Justice guys was celebrating. They must have decided that the party was too tame. He forgot the Green Lantern can pass right through the iron door. Ain't there nothing that can hold that Green Lantern guy? Nothing you can know of. Here I come, Fruity. Watermelons, just the thing.
Blurb, blurb.
You don't look bad in that rhinestone gown, Fruity. Not bad. I just realized something. That word means something. I don't know. It's not used commonly anymore, but like it means something else. You guys probably know what the word means. I just realized that. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I'm assuming it's not intentional. But I don't know. A visit to the nearby jail, and you guys sure did a grand job, Lantern. But who is this guy with the green face? Oh, this is Fruity Lehman, all right. Right. Now a little melancholy. Melancholy. The hijacking racket smashed before it could get started. We find the Green Lantern returning to the clubhouse. Wonder if Johnny's returned to the meeting rooms. I've been so busy I forgot all about him. And there's a Dr. Midnight story. So Dr. Midnight Thinks Fast by Charles Reisenstein. For a while it looked like the finish of Dr. Midnight. It was dark outside and blind Dr. McNider was in his library, dictating one of his famous articles exposing gangsterism to Myra Mason. All gangsters are yellow cowards, he was saying, when he noticed in the darkness through the open window beside him the form of Snaky Scarlatti, dreaded killer of the Carlo gang. Snaky was so close to Dr. McNider, could have touched him. His face reflected snarling anger at the doctor's last remark, and in his hands was an automatic ready for action. Myra was facing the window directly, but she was calmly unaware of the danger. After all, she didn't have Dr. McNider's strange power, sight that penetrated the darkness. Nor did she know that he possessed this power, that he was, in fact, the mysterious Dr. Midnight, whom she worshipped as a hero. Guess I'm on the spot, thought Dr. McNider. I'll have to think fast, or this is the finish. For a long time, Dr. McNider, through his articles, had been attacking both the Carlo gang and the Guinness mob, which were fighting each other for control of a diamond smuggling in this country. Only yesterday the papers carried one of his stories, which painted Snaky Scarlatti as a vicious animal somewhere lower than the common rat. And now Snaky was within striking distance, a gun in his hand, and hate and spite in his heart. What to do? Of course Dr. McNider could dash out the lights, as he had done so many times before, become Dr. Midnight, ruler of the darkness, and take care of Snaky with ease. But Myra was there, and the doctor wanted to keep the identity of Dr. Midnight a secret. Once the secret was revealed, he felt it would be the end of Dr. Midnight as a creature of mystery. Besides, even sudden darkness might not stop a killer's gun, and Myra might be the victim. Dr. McNider did not want to take that chance. The solution came to him in a flash. "Myra, I found out where the Guinness is hiding his smuggled diamonds," he said suddenly. "About $1 million worth." This wasn't true, but it had the desired effect. Dr. McNider could see Sneaky in the darkness, lower his gun and become all attention. He knew that the killer would want this information for his own gang. They could pounce down upon their rivals in crime, hijack their hoard, and become absolute masters of that racket. "You do?" said Myra. "That would make a wonderful article." "Yes, I'll dictate it to you now," said Dr. McNider. "Got the information over the telephone today, from a stool pigeon." Myra's pencil was poised for action. Outside, the gangster was straining to hear every word. Dr. McNider smiled. At least there was safety for the moment. "Well, to begin with," he started, and interrupted himself. "What time is it?" 8:30, said Myra. "Why?" "Before I dictate this article, I'd like you to do a little errand for me. Only take you a few minutes." "Certainly," said Myra, getting up. The killer outside fidgeted. The suspense was getting him. "All right, then. Run over to the library before it closes, and get this book. Want you to read it to me tomorrow," said Dr. McNider, handing Myra a clumsily scrawled note. "And hurry back," he added. So, as Myra left, "I want to get to work on this article." "I'll be back in 10 minutes, 15 at the most," said Myra. Dr. McNider heard the outer door slam closed, and sat for a few moments, humming to himself, so that the killer would suspect nothing. He noticed that Snaky had even gone so far as to put his automatic away, and for the moment was leaning against the wall in an attitude of waiting. In a short time he even strolled off a few paces from the window. "Now's my chance," said Dr. McNider, and he arose softly and tiptoed from the library. He hurried up the stairs to his own room. In the darkness he was greeted by the hoo-hoo of Hooty, his pet owl, who was always with him on his adventures. Without any need of putting on the light, Dr. McNider quickly donned the costume that had made him famous as Dr. Midnight. "Hurry, Hooty," he said. "Have to work fast this time. Myra will be back in a few minutes." Dr. McNider quietly opened the window, scaled down the wall, and in a few seconds was right behind Sneaky Scarlatti. Sneaky was now peering into the window in dead earnest. He had noticed that Dr. McNider was no longer in the room, and was wondering what was up. "Looking for someone, my friend?" said Dr. Midnight, giving the gangster a sharp smack on the shoulder. "Maybe I can give you a hand." Sneaky, a coward at heart, almost jumped out of his shoes.
"It's Dr. Midnight!"
he cried in terror. "If I can't give you a hand, I'll give you a fist," said Dr. Midnight, quickly putting the killer out with a poke to the chin. The rest was easy. In a moment the gangster was tied up like a mummy, with the symbol of Dr. Midnight on his chest, and the doctor made a quick telephone call to the police. When Myra returned a few seconds later with a heavy book under her arm, she found Dr. McNider sitting in his chair just as she left him. "Now for that article," she said, but she was interrupted by the doorbell. Policemen flocked in, dragging with them the bedraggled form of Snaky Scarlatti. "Got a call from Dr. Midnight," said a detective, "and found this rat tied up on your lawn." Dr. Midnight said, "Snaky was aiming to get you." "Now, will you believe there really is a Dr. Midnight?" asked Myra as the police left. "He saved your life." "Well, only seeing is believing," said Dr. McNider, suppressing a smile. "And you know, Myra, I'm a blind man." And that's the end of that. And there's like an advertisement for a Green Lantern story there. And I don't know. I could do his voice, Dobie Dickles' voice. "Everybody's been saying such nice things about me since I got mixed up with Green Lantern. Gee, I don't deserve no credit.
I just does me duty, that's all.
And yes, so that's Dobie Dickles. But let's get back to Johnny now and see what happened to him.
What a way to treat a person. Take my money and kick me out. I just wish an airplane would carry me away from here. Then everybody'd be sorry. Oh boy, would they be sorry for treating me like this.
Uh-oh. Johnny still has time to go on his hour of power. Here comes that airplane.
I don't know what's making me do this, but something is.
Looking at that rope, the rope catch, Johnny. He's getting his witch all right.
Hey, what goes on? I hope somebody sees me and feels sorry for me. I've been shanghaied by a transoceanic flyer. Oh, me.
A boat. Golly, how I wish I was down there. Zammo, look where Johnny is now.
What is this?
You picked a nice place to land. The Kidnappers Club Inc. runs this boat.
And you're gonna get what's coming to you. Hawkman! Hawkman, help me!
What's that? Johnny in trouble again? This time on a ship far out at sea? All the other members of the Justice Society are chasing after him, trying to rescue him. I wonder what happened to them all. And I can't imagine what a group of gangsters can be doing not 9 miles out at sea. What new crime they've devised. Let's leave the Hawkman and see where his friend Shiera Sanders is. This will prove your inheritance. From now on you're a wealthy girl. Just outside the door.
Hear that? A dame just inherited the fortune. We'll grab her when she comes out.
As Shiera steps out from the lawyer's office.
Not a word out of you or else. Just come along quietly, girlie, and you won't get hurt.
She is forced into a car. Oh, sorry about that. Unknown to the Hawkman, Shiera is taken to a boat below him. So this is where Johnny is a prisoner. How did he ever get way out here, though? On the boat below.
Take him away and throw him somewhere. I just got word by radio. My boy snatched Shiera Sanders, the heiress. But you can't do this.
Poor Johnny Thunder, kicked all over the place.
Get in there and no lip out of you.
Shiera, unconscious. Now what in the world is she doing here? I gotta look into this. No harm in eavesdropping if I can help her by it. He looks on.
Well, my pretty, all you have to do is to get away from here is arrange for, let us say, 100 grand ransom package. You idiot. The G-Men will be after you so fast.
I think not. That is why our ship is anchored out just behind the jurisdictional limits of the United States. We are on the high seas. So that's his racket. No wonder he's so sure of himself. Out here the G-Men have no authority. But I have some authority, even out here.
Who the?
Get out of here, you masquerading idiot. And he punches him.
Men, help! All hands, come here!
Here, go meet your crew halfway. The flying captain bowls over his men. Now get set for a real blitzkrieg. Have some knuckles on a jaw, some dish, eh, boys? So you'd run out of my little party. The captain dashes from the room.
Got to get into the hold. My only chance.
Now where did he go? Must be in the closet.
I hope this works.
The captain slams the door shut.
Now let's see what the wild man can do locked in there.
Trapped. He certainly pulled the wool over my eyes that time. What the? Sounds like somebody throwing things around in there. Hello? That's Johnny Thunder's voice. Johnny, is that you?
Sure it is. Who's that, Hawkman? What are you doing down here? Are you in the coal bin too?
The Hawkman throws himself against the metal door. It holds solidly. I gotta get out of here. Shiera upstairs and Johnny in a coal bin. And suddenly Johnny's thunderbolt.
Wham!
Johnny, did you use the thunderbolt to get me out?
Of course not. All I said is I wished that hammering would stop next door, and it did. Say, is my thunderbolt working?
If Johnny has his old power back, he won't need me, but Shiera does. We're going to contact your estate lawyers by radio, telephone, and you're going to tell them to send that money out here immediately. in the wireless room. And don't expect any help from that wild man friend of yours. I have him locked in the boiler room.
You!
Yes, it got too hot for me downstairs. With all his strength, he calls a right to the captain's jaw. But now it's going to get too hot for you, and mops up the remaining thugs. Hi-ho for the life of the bounding man. Knock, knock, who's there? The Hawkman. Come on, Shiera, up we go. Pardon my shoes, gentlemen. I think we'll leave the rest of that crew to Johnny. After all, he wants to be on the fun. And look at the job he's doing, will you? Well, we might as well catch up with what Johnny's been doing since the Hawkman is so interested.
Cole, they think I'm just a black diamond.
Hey, I'll show 'em. After the Hawkman and Johnny and the Hawkman had their little conversation, Johnny got a bright idea.
If my Thunderbolt's still working, I'll use it myself. I wish I were out of here, up on the deck. Uh-oh, pardon me. Please don't hit us again with that sledgehammer you had. We'll be good fellas from now on. Oh. Well, gentlemen, if you promise to be good, all right. Hey, that's Killer McPansy coming this way. Come on up, Killer. I am the great Killer McPansy, and I want to kill somebody. Hey, what's going on here?
You'll be a good boy from now on. Hey, sailors, get this ship moving in towards shore. Gee, I wish this ship was moving a mile a minute towards the Justice Society Club. Well, look at that, what he's done now. Slap.
Help! Oh my gosh, now what have I done? We give up, mister. You win. Only cut out of this business is turning out a ship into
what's that, a rye plane. But before Johnny can give his Thunderbolt any orders. Are my eyes deceiving me? I've a hunch our new recruit, Johnny Thunder, is up to some tricks. The door opens and... Here he is, fellows. I guess I did my job pretty good, huh? You did your job well, with everybody here giving you a helping hand. Fellow members, I vote to install Johnny as a member of the Justice Society. Anybody with his luck ought to be a member. So, say we all. Oh boy, anything else I can do? Yes, get that thing out of here. Oh, that's easy. Thunderbolt, take the ship away. But Johnny's magic hour is up. Uh-oh, I'm sunk again. But the new Justice Society member feels so good, about his election that nothing can stop a member of the Justice Society of America. Anybody got a hacksaw? I'll take that ship apart if it kills me. And that's the end of that comic. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.